Hey everybody, it's Bree Cunningham here with Shatoya Cobb. Hey Shatoya.
Hi, good evening.
We experienced some technical difficulties tonight, but we're gonna get you this video out. Like I promise on everything. We're gonna get this video out.
That's right.
So guys, if you don't know, I am Bree Cunningham, your trusted South Carolina realtor. This is my third year of real estate. I assist buyers and sellers and investors now. So if you're looking in the market, please, please, please let me know. And Shatoya is my trusted lender here.
Yes, yes, yes. So yes, my name is Shatoya Cobb, and I am a mortgage broker. Started in the mortgage industry a few years ago, and have loved every moment trying to help as many people as I can obtain home ownership. Of course, first time buyers, investors, and just helping people even with credit. If they need to understand that better. I started my mortgage company, Motto Mortgage Community Solutions, just actually in September of last year. We are currently licensed here, of course, in South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. And we're currently working on Texas and Alabama. So we help buyers pretty much with pretty much any kind of um, credit challenges. We can help people, if they want to buy additional homes, investors, and things of that nature, even commercial purchases, or if you're trying to start a business or expand a business, we help with business lending as well. So, and Bria, I really appreciate you for inviting me to participate, and hopefully everybody gets some great information out of this.
Yes, and thank you for joining, Shatoya. You my
Of
go-to girl
course.
for real. You know, you done helped me pull out a lot, a lot of these transactions.
Right.
I couldn't have made without
Hey,
you.
Hey, no, I appreciate you trusting me. And, we all have the same passion, right? We want people to obtain home ownership because we know how important it is to for generational wealth. When it comes to home ownership, a lot of us, minorities, people here in the United States, of course, it's been difficult for us to purchase homes, right? So I think that I think information is power, and that's what we're here for.
Yes, definitely. So let's get into
Mhm.
it. Um, so we want to understand our market. Now, in this current market, we're going to be talking about the Greenville market, but just the same all over South Carolina right now, the market is kind of the same. The market right now is a neutral market. And when we say neutral market, that means it's free game for buyers and sellers. We have points in the market where it's a buyer's market, where we have buyers have the lead, and then we have the seller's market when we have a low inventory of houses and the sellers have the lead to make those negotiations. So right now we're neutral. So right now is the best time to get in and buy in a house. So if you're looking to buy a house, now is the time. Now, when we talk about benefits of home ownership in 2025, the major things about owning a house is that it's going to build equity over time. That means you have a line of credit, right, that you can use when you own a home and it builds up over time. So when you need help with anything or you want to go and get another house, you can use the equity that you build up within that house. Also, stability in housing costs. Also, potential and tax benefits. A lot of people don't know when you go and file your taxes, you're going to get a 1098 and you can file that mortgage interest on there. And also, when you're a first time home buyer and you file your taxes, they can give you up to a 10% credit on what you purchase on the home. Also, it's going to give you a sense of community and personal achievement. I love, love, love helping people find their home and how happy they are when they get into their house and they get to show that picture with that key and they just close and reach that threshold because that is a major achievement. So celebrating that. So the value of working with a realtor is a realtor is going to help you navigate the market because, like I said earlier, you want to know what kind of market you in, so it helps you negotiate better. Also, access to exclusive listings. I tell a lot of people, even if you're not ready right now and you need something to rent, right? I can help you find a rental, or I could just help you find something that may not even be listed and you're looking to buy it. I can contact that person and we can get you access to a listing. Also, tailored strategies to meet your goals. So when we get on these calls and we have our consultations. If your goal is, like Shatoya said, she can help you with your credit. If you want to, increase your credit or, purchase your first home this year, we can definitely assist you with that, as well as assist you through negotiations and closing, which is a major thing, right? Because we want to get the best offer. We don't want to be overpaying on a home. We want to make sure that we're getting at the right price and we can build that equity over time. Now I'm going to talk about the home buying process. Um, I know a lot of people call me first, but I'm gonna tell you, we gotta call and talk to Shatoya, especially if we don't have a pre-approval in the right, Shatoya.
That's correct. Absolutely correct. Yeah.
First, we want to talk to our lender and get that pre-approval for that mortgage, so we know we are in our budget. Also, I'm gonna ask you, like, what are you looking for? So I want to know and identify and prioritize your property needs. If you got a big family, we don't need to be looking at a 2-bed, 1-bathroom house. We need to be looking at something that's gonna fit you and your family. And if you need a yard, let me know you need a yard. So it's whatever you're needing. Also, scheduling showings and assess to the potential homes that are out there available to you. Because sometimes you can get pre-approved and the house you're looking for is not available. So that's another thing, a part of the process. It happens. But we want to make sure that we are going on tours. We're going to see a plethora of houses, right? Like on HGTV, you probably get it down to 3 and then pick which one you want. And then after we go on those home tours to show a house, we make an offer. Then we go through inspections and then we close the deal. I think one thing I did miss on this is I will say escrow. I want to make sure I include that. Shatoya, can you talk a little bit about what their escrow money actually do for them?
Definitely. So your escrow is going to cover your taxes, which of course, everyone has taxes on their home unless you're in the state of South Carolina or Georgia and some other states and you're a disabled veteran, 100% disabled veteran. If you're not that, then you will be paying property taxes. So the money portion of your payment that you're making every month to the mortgage company, it goes into an escrow account for your taxes. That way you don't have to worry about it. It also goes in there to cover your homeowner's insurance. So anything happens to your home as far as like a natural disaster, things of that nature, those funds are going into an account set aside every year. The mortgage company will make sure that they take care of all of those expenses for you. So that's less that you have to worry about. So that's essentially what goes into that. Yeah.
Ooh, thank you, Shatoya.
You're welcome.
So I'm gonna let you take this over because I know the finance
Yeah.
is all you.
Right. Thank you, Narika. So like Bree said, when it comes to getting the process started, a lot of folks will go to Bree first, and that's perfectly fine. But I understand, no foul, no harm. She's gonna almost always redirect you over to someone like myself. And if you have a relationship with someone else, that's also great. It's always just a good idea to have a conversation with a financial professional so that they can take a look at your credit, take a look at your income and all of that's good stuff to make sure that you're actually prepared to purchase a home. And yeah, like Bree has here, save for a down payment and closing costs. So pretty self-explanatory. If you're buying a home, oftentimes you may have to put a down payment on that home. Usually, it's about 3.5% down. We do have down payment assistance programs that can help with that. So don't allow that, save for down payment to kind of deter you. Still try to save as best as you can. But if you're like, you know what, I really want to get into a house sooner than later, let me see where I'm at. Let's always have a conversation. Start by having a conversation to see where you are. When it comes to the closing costs, that's going to cover some of the escrow things like we talked about. So your taxes, your insurance, that's typically paid when you close. It also covers the cost for your attorney to make sure that we close the transaction properly so that you're, protected legally. And then also additional things like, any cost for the interest rate and any additional taxes that might be outstanding. All of that would be part of your closing costs. So you want to try to save for that as well. Again, we have programs that can cover that expense and also working with someone who's very, how can I say this, experienced as a real estate agent who can negotiate oftentimes. your realtor can actually get the seller to pay almost all of that closing cost for you. And that's again part of making sure that you're getting with someone that's going to represent you and of course save as much money for you up front. um, Working on improving credit scores and also by reducing debt. So yeah, so if you have a credit card you're using, and that card is maxed out, typically almost always that can affect your credit score. A lot of us don't realize that, and 30% of your score is consisting of your utilization. So when you're getting prepared to purchase a home, before you allow anyone to pull your credit, try as best as you can to get your credit, like your credit cards down, at least to, I'd say at least 30% of the balance, if at all possible, on all of your revolving credit cards. And that way your credit score would actually be, a little higher because of that. Any collections, a lot of folks say, oh, I had this collection, I shouldn't pay it off. People tell me not to do that. If you can negotiate, reach out to the creditor. You would be surprised. Oftentimes they'll be like, hey, give me something so that we can get rid of this. We just want it off of our books. The moment that that account is taken care of, even though the debt is the account still shows, as long as it's zeroed out, that can actually increase your credit score. I had a young lady who had a repossession. It's like a 20 something $1,000 repossession. And she contacted, I believe it was Capital One, and settled with them. They took about $2,300, so what, 10% of what she actually owed. And when she took care of that, it zeroed that account balance down. Now, of course, it said it was paid for less than the amount due. Her credit score went up 115 points within 30 days. So, that, and I tell people, don't listen to the things that you hear on YouTube. Don't listen to what you hear some of the credit repair people saying, because their biggest thing is when it comes to credit repair is to continuously keep you on a monthly reoccurring retainer, right?
Mhm.
Again, I don't knock anybody for being a credit repair person, but at the same time, my personal goal is to make sure that I get you what you want, which is ultimately in the home. I'm not keeping you on a retainer. In fact, I don't even charge you anything to create a credit plan to make sure that you're doing the things to take care of getting your credit score and get your credit score up. Um, and then also, medical debt. I know eventually that's going to be falling off of a lot of credit reports because of there's some things going on right now with the credit bureaus as it pertains to health and medical type reporting. But as of right now, if you have a medical debt, give those medical people, the hospital system, doctor's offices, give them a call. If you even pay $1 a month, I know some people that do that, they will put you in good standing. I even know certain, hospital systems, because they have sponsorship money. These hospitals are not for profit. They're getting money from the government and also local government entities to help people that are in financial hardship. Those balances that you might have could be paid off in full. I've seen it happen, right? But you have to be proactive about it. You have to actually take charge of it. Give them a call. They'll send you a form. And if you qualify, then your balance could be wiped out overnight, and that will improve your credit score. Um, Also work with a financial advisor, of course, or in mortgage brokers, right? So someone like myself, I do consider myself a financial professional, looking at credit reports, looking at, people's financial statements, making sure that you actually are prepared to purchase a home. When we're having that conversation, it's not about, okay, how much can you afford based off of your income? I ask you, how much do you feel comfortable paying monthly? Okay. So you tell me, I'm good at 1,700 per month. Okay, I'm going to show you what 1,700 per month is going to get you. That is where you're going to be. And don't let anybody pressure you to go any higher. If that's where you want to be, stay in that price point. Like Bree said earlier, you really don't want to be house poor. Yes, it's great to have the curb appeal. It's great for people to see when they come over. But if you're not able to save any money and you're strapped, that's not good for anybody. You do not want to live like that. So, definitely, like I say, don't work with anyone that's going to pressure you and say, hey, no, you have to go in this way. If you want whatever it is that you want, make sure that that person is working for you, because that's what we do. We're representing you. Bree, she works for you. We're not trying to, force you to do something that you're not comfortable with. Um,
Exactly. And I think
mhm,
in today's market, that is the biggest thing is, their payments. They want to know how
right.
much is it going to cost them to be able
Mhm,
to acquire the type of house that they want. And I tell everybody, you don't have to get your dream home your first house. It don't have to be your dream home. It could be a starter.
That is absolutely true. And on my website, we actually have these calculators, which are super cool because you can actually, put in your income. And it will tell you what you qualify for based off of the information that you put in. In addition to that, it'll just kind of like, show you what your monthly payments are. And it will give you the information about, what all of that consists of, estimated, of course. I like to, guide people there just so that they can see for themselves. Okay, this is what my payment would be. In fact, Bree, if you want, I can pull that up real quick and you can see um, kind of what I'm talking about if you'd like me to.
Yeah, sure. There we go.
All right. So you got it. All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. So this is the website. So again, this is we're Modern Mortgage Community Solutions. And here, once you come to the website, you'll see mortgage calculators. Um, and we pretty much have any kind of calculator you can think of. It's so very convenient to have these options. So the mortgage calculator is going to show you, pretty much, what your mortgage payment looks like if you're looking to refinance. I also have a calculator here if you add an additional payment per month and how that can knock your, the mortgage, how quickly you can pay your mortgage off just by making an extra payment every year. People will be surprised instead of having a 30-year mortgage just by making one payment a year, one extra payment a year. You could cut 10 years off of your mortgage, right? Which saves you a ton in interest. So, and then also the how much can I afford? So if you go to this one here, um, click on that. It'll allow you to essentially plug in all of your information once it loads. Because I think it's really thinking about loading. All right, here we go. So you can choose the program, conventional, FHA, jumbo, USDA, VA. Of course, a lot of people don't really know what these all are, especially if this is your first home. Almost always recommend FHA if you're a first time home buyer, just because that program does tend to have the best terms as far as interest rates, lower down payments, and things of that nature. Um, so, based on an income of $6,000 per month, and obviously, maybe we have a car payment that right now car payments are somewhere in the 500 a month range is what I've been seeing.
Mhm.
Maybe you've got, yeah, credit card bills, you pay $100 a month or something along those lines. So if that is what you have in debt obligations, and let's say you just put um, maybe the 3.5% down, right? Um, so based on a purchase, with your down payment and all, it should tell us a little bit more. Let's get a little bit lower. Let's see. Okay, so if we look over here to the right side, based on all of that information that we have, it is saying, okay, you qualify for 260,000 based on, the income that you have, your debt, and the amount of money that you're planning on putting down. Um, and this is something else that we focus on as well. We call this your DTI, debt to income. So based on these figures here, your income, your debt to income overall is 45%, which is actually pretty good. Um, so that's your overall debt in addition to the new mortgage payment. Um,
This
and
is
then, like
pretty
I
good.
say,
That's pretty
yeah, it's really convenient. It just helps you see, everything that we see on our end, and kind of what this payment would consist of. It's 2,100 a month. This is your principal and interest. So technically, your payment is significantly less, just the principal and interest, right? When
Mhm.
you add on the taxes and everything, um, it puts it makes it a little bit higher. So
I like to tell
yeah,
everybody, like when we go in to look at homes, the HOA makes a difference in your payment.
It does. It does, especially if you're looking at purchasing a house like in a like a townhome, these newer neighborhoods, those HOAs, I've seen them close to $200 per month. So that can make a difference. That could keep you from qualifying. A lot of people don't realize that. Um, I do like I say, the extra payment calculator. So people can see that, you don't have to keep this mortgage for the rest of for 30 years, you really can pay it off a lot faster. If you just, maybe around tax time, if you are getting some money back, you can take that money and you can add an additional payment every year. That way you can bring that monthly, that balance down faster and not have to pay on this mortgage for forever. So let's just see if you have a house purchasing at 300 or loan amount is 300, interest rate, let's just say it's at 7%. Um, and then your regular payment would be what, $2,097 per month. But if you choose to add a little bit more, we can bring the number of years down. So you're starting out at 30 years, and if you add, let me see, actually your payment is 1995.91. So let's say you, instead of making that payment at 1995 every month, you decide to do, 2300 per month, 2317 per month. You're going to knock 10 years off of your mortgage.
That's
So,
amazing.
so I mean, where we're at, basically, you're just adding another $300, a little more than that per month.
Yeah.
Um, and that's knocking 10 years off of your mortgage.
No.
So, hmm
For most
I
people.
mean, you know what I mean? So that's pretty, and look at how much you're saving. So if you pay this thing to term, you're paying $718,526.69. If you make the same payment, the $1,991 payment every month, that's what you're paying over time. If you do just that additional almost $300 more per month, you're only, you're at 560, 494 and 82 cents. It's a significant difference. Like that's a whole nother house, you know. Um, so just some tools to help you understand, how to manage your finances and make it work in your favor.
Mhm. And if all else fails, call Shatoya. She'll guide you through it. Yeah,
That's it. I mean, there's a lot of information, but you are completely correct.
she'll definitely guide you through it.
That is right. Right.
All right, so last but not least, I just want to make sure that I'm aligning clients with their needs and available properties. So I want to make sure you guys understand your preference of what you're looking for. I'm matching the properties to your budget and your lifestyle. Because like we said, we don't want you to be house poor now. We want you to be in a house, but we want to make sure it's affordable for you and your family and your lifestyle. I want to make sure that we're leveraging the local market's expertise. So let you know, hey, what's going on in the market, what's currently available. And if I gotta make calls to another realtor, I'll make calls to another realtor. If I gotta text Toya at night, I'll text Toya like, hey, can you look
Mhm.
at
Yeah,
also provide ongoing support. We are here to help you and support you on this journey. I know I don't mind helping you, and Shatoya don't mind helping you. We've helped a lot of clients buy their first home and many homes afterwards.
that's right. That's right. That is completely correct. Just like Bree said, it's important to just have that conversation. If you're even thinking about it, or maybe you've tried the process before and you didn't make it through. I've had a lot of people that come to me that way. I'm like, I really tried to buy a house a while ago and it didn't work, or I got through the process and then I couldn't close or whatever it was. But let's just have a conversation because different people see things differently, right? Sometimes it's better to have another set of eyes on it and someone that is looking at it from a different approach. I know, like Bree said, we're here to help as many people as possible. And we want to make sure that we see people thrive and not just out here trying to make it, and home ownership is going to be the best way to do that, you
Mhm.
know.
And we definitely check in because even if Shatoya send you that plan, I'm calling like, hey, where you at with your plan?
Absolutely.
You
Yeah,
get
absolutely. Just holding people accountable. And sometimes you need that. You just need an accountability partner. And I also want to add to what you mentioned earlier, Bree, about, helping people, purchase something that will help them create wealth, right? You talked about equity and how that works. So we've had so many clients that use the equity in their home to start their first business. I've had clients to expand their businesses using their home. Had clients buy commercial real estate using their current home. Whereas a lot of folks will, try to go get a small business loan, they get denied, so they just feel defeated. When you have a home, when you own a piece of property, you have leverage. So that creates power, and you can, there's so much that you can do with that. One of my clients, she started a soul food restaurant, and she put that restaurant in a Walmart in Charlotte, North Carolina. The name of her restaurant is Skyview 22. And when she mentioned to me that she opened up in 2023, the beginning of 2023, and she mentioned to me that, hey, I'm gonna open this soul food restaurant in Walmart. And I was like, hold on, wait a second. I've never seen anything other than a McDonald's or a Subway and a Walmart, right? At least
okay.
here in South Carolina, right? So when
Different.
she said that, I'm just like, okay, well, how does that work? So ultimately she did it, and nobody could stop her, because she had access to something that a lot of people, either they are too afraid to do, or what have you. But we're here to help you make sure that you can get there, because we want to see people successful. We want to see people, do just like Sharnette King. She's the owner of Skyview 22, and she's thriving right now. She's in the Walmart in Charlotte, North Carolina, and they are asking her to open up more soul food restaurants, and that's where we all should be. We should be able to be in control of what it is that we're doing, and nobody should be able to tell you, well, no, you can't do that, or you need to come and clock in at this time and clock out at that time. And if you're not here, or if you're not saying it that way, no one should be able to tell you that. You should be able to do your thing on your own terms.
Okay, that'll be the goal.
And
There.
that's what I want to put out
Ownership.
there. So 2025, this is the mantra that we have. And the mantra is, and it always should be, ownership. Ownership of anything, right? So let's own our homes, let's own our businesses, let's own our time, right? So that we can do better going forward.
Definitely. All right, guys. So we are at the end. That is our time. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have more later. She told you don't know yet, but we're gonna we
Yeah,
gonna do some more. We're gonna do some more content. We
here
can do
for
some
it.
more content later. So guys, again, I'm Brie Cunningham. My phone number is 864-913-3950. Also, you can reach out to my email. It's nabricac@gmail.com.
Yeah. So Shatoya Cobb, and you can reach out to me at shatoya.cobb at mottomortgage.com, or also by phone. My cell phone number is 864-607-8746.